My name is Elena Terry, and I am the Food and Culinary Program Coordinator for the Native American Food Sovereignty Alliance, but I'm also the Executive Chef and founder of Wild Bearies Catering. And I get asked a lot of times what Wild Bearies does, and so I figured I would take this opportunity to share a little bit of what we do with the Wild Bearies crew with you, and kind of explain how we got some of our inspiration and how Wild Bearies evolved. So Wild Bearies is a nonprofit. It's a community outreach education program that works with people who are overcoming alcohol and other drug abuse issues and or emotional trauma. And it kind of started because there was a time where in our tribe we were losing a lot of tribal members to AODA issues, and it was to the point where we were having meetings on how we could build a stronger community or how we could help alleviate some of the issues that we were having in our communities. And I was thinking, with my small skill set, how could I contribute? And there were a couple other of us Ho-Chunk females that decided that we would go ahead and start this initiative on our own. So we have a seed saver and some traditional foods, knowledge keepers, and then also we have a lot of community members who have started participating. Wild Bearies started with 4 participants cooking a small meal for a workshop for judicial branch where they were doing a wellness seminar, and we cooked with indigenous foods, and after that it took off. And we have grown to around 35 Wild Bearies that participate now. And we have done everything from community meals and events to traveling to other tribes to help educate on cooking our indigenous ingredients, to doing events like the homegrown vendors for Farm Aid or the Femstival in Dane County. And we've also paired up with the Native Food Network and the Mobile Farmers Market to help do Taste of Madison for a couple years as well. So we do very large scale events also, and we do community outreach and educating the greater community as well. So we would get these ingredients in, and it just became a natural thing that we would start seed saving. And although several of us had grown on our own, we hadn't really grown in a large capacity to feed a community. So we kind of go into that and some of the other things that we do. So we just wanted to share a little bit of what Wild Bearies does, the work that we do in our communities, and kind of what sparked that. And we really wanted to create a space where we were nurturing and non-judgmental, and we were able to help build a bridge from a disconnect that we all kind of have felt at some point from our community, and how do we as Wild Bearies make that path back home a little bit easier. And one of the most beautiful things that you can do is share a meal with somebody. So that is our intention, and we cook with love and care, and we really do look after our ancestral ingredients, and we go to the woods to forage some of our ingredients, and we teach preservation. It has just really evolved into this beautiful revolution with food and building community and doing it in a really supportive and nurturing way. And it has just been this wonderful mentorship program that has really unfolded and grown, and I'm just blessed to be a part of it and to be able to witness it all. So we wanted to share a little bit of what we did with you, and enjoy the video. And there are a few pictures of some of the events that we've done, and hopefully the way we were inspired to build our community, the seeds that are planted in these interactions that we have with each other, hopefully you can take those back to your community and take things that are relevant and use those ideas to build more. it's really about, strengthening and standing in solidarity and really working and advocating on behalf of stronger food systems and all the beautiful things that come about when you really do nourish your body and your spirit with our ancestral foods. So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Hi, everyone. So for the virtual Intertribal Food Summit, we were trying to decide what kind of video we wanted to do. And after thinking about it, everybody always wonders what I do as an executive chef and founder of Wild Bearies Catering. And so we decided to bring you along with us for a day so that you could see some of the things that we do together. And I have a couple wild berries here with me and also my grandma. So we're going to cook some of our traditional soup, milkweed, or mahinch is what we call it. And we're going to do it over the fire here. And then as a special treat, we decided to bring you out to one of our ceremonial grounds here. We call it Water Mill. And you can see some of some of the structures back there. But this is a very special place for us, and it's a place where we have a lot of good feelings, and we do a lot of amazing things, and it's a great place for us to stay connected. So we wanted to bring you here and share some of this with you. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, so we have Anne Thundercloud, one of the wild berries here, and she's scoring this smoked turkey leg that we're going to add with the milkweed to our soup. And it's an amazing alternative to pork because it has like this wonderful salty flavor, but it is still turkey. So we like to use it, especially with the bone, to get that extra flavor. So this is our milkweed, and it's the perfect time to harvest it now, around the beginning of June, and it all kind of depends on the weather of the year, but it's one of our favorite ingredients in the spring. And this is the way we like to pick it. So you just pick the top part of the bud off, and oftentimes there's an extra bud and you leave that behind. We also use the smaller part of the leaves, the smaller leaves, and kind of cut them up, and we'll add all of that to our smoked turkey leg and get it on the fire with some spring water. As an extra special treat today to go with our soup, we decided to make some wintergreen tea. So we foraged this in December last year and dried it. And we're just going to go ahead and put that on the fire with the soup. All right, so we have some bread going and our soup is going well. We're about to put the dumplings in and take our tea off too. So welcome to our garden. Another thing that Wild Bearies does is seed save, and we also grow. So behind me we recently transformed this field that had an irrigation system or water source, and but it had completely grown over the past 8 to 10 years since they've had a garden in this spot. So with the help of Dan Cornelius and the Intertribal Ag Council, we were able to clear the brush and then do rows for our vegetable garden. So here we're growing out ancestral ho-chunk corn, squash, beans. So we have the three sisters, and then we also have additional vegetables that'll be distributed to the community. So it's a very important part of the work that we're doing, and it made sense that when we were receiving these beautiful ingredients that we were able to then use the seeds and grow those ingredients out to share them with the community. So this has been, now this is year 2.5 for Wild Bearies, and we are at the stage of growing our own garden. So we have this garden here in Wisconsin Dells, and then we also have one in Toma, and then our vice president and one of the founding board members grows for us in Minnesota as well. So it's an amazing thing the way community has come together to not only cook these meals, but now to be growing our own food and to be caring for those plants in the way that we need to. It does help with the life skills. It helps with our stewardship of the land. And it's just an amazing thing to be able to see the plants being taken care of and growing, and not only growing, but thriving under the care of the berries. So we just started a youth initiative called Garden Bearies, and they're coming out to help us weed and then also to learn more about growing food. So this is just another aspect that Wild Bearies does in our community.